Eskimos, welcome. We're gonna go over a little history lesson here about the Eskimo Bros, where it started, where we're at, and where we're going with it. So we have the original Eskimos, we have Brock, and we have Tim, some of the founders of the Eskimo Bros Barrel Club. And we're just going to dive into this history of it as we've now come across many different picks. You know, a lot of great ones, some mistakes made with glitter, and a lot more to come, especially with our big release happening tomorrow with the Cigar batch. So, Brock, dive in a little bit here on, one, the name Eskimo Bros, and what got us into barrel picks.
All right, so it derived from an ice business I had called Eskimo Bros Ice Company. And then as we were deciding what to do with how we wanted to move forward with some different barrel picks and what we wanted to do, we actually did 2 barrel picks before it became Eskimo Bros. We went to Vermont. Ingrid sent us up to Whistle Pig, and we did a nice rye up there. And then one of our clients that we took up with us needed so many bottles that we had to set up a Woodford Double Oak on the way back so that we could supply enough bottles for everything and for us to still have some. But I think after that, it really got going with an acquisition of a Bull Run barrel, right?
Yeah. So the Bull Run, that one was the Pinot. We've had 3 Pinot Noirs,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay. And that one, the Bull Runs, that was the original light whiskeys.
And I think at that time, Tim was doing more of the scouting of some new bourbons that weren't available here.
Yeah.
What were some of the things that you loved first that you couldn't get here in Florida?
Oh, the Bull Run was definitely first and foremost just I'd had it from a couple different groups in the area and it was just phenomenal. So we were able to reach out to Bull Run out of Oregon and have it shipped out here. Later, it developed into the American whiskey and then the Cabernet finish, which we recently had.
And at that point, I think we started looking at what whiskeys aren't served in this market, what's not available, what can we get. Through our connections, we have a friend who's very good about getting us barrels that aren't available. It makes the logistics pretty easy. And we saw this page, all things Starlight, pop up, and yeah, it was just this massive love fest of Starlight. It was just too good to be true.
Yeah.
So we planned a trip up to Kentucky, and we called some people at Starlight and went about it like 3 different ways, and we went there, and it was all that and more.
Yeah, that was probably the best trip, just experience I've had in Kentucky or Indiana especially. But awesome grounds, awesome whiskey.
Great family ran
Yeah.
company, just start to finish. They've done a job.
Yeah, the first tour was with Ted Huber, and he showed us the winery aspect as we moved into the most wanted. Then we went into the distillery part, and then went out to one of the rick houses, and by that time we started tapping into some barrels there, and after about barrel 8 or so, Dana Huber showed up after church on Sunday, and Ted handed her the clipboard. He's like, write this down, Dana. I'm drinking, and it became an epic.
You become
day.
their family there when you're there doing barrel picks, and there's no other experience like that one.
Yeah.
Thus, we've done a lot of different ones from Starlight now, and we have this big one coming out tomorrow, the Amberana batch, Amberana barrels from Brazil, that Cigar batch one, and that's kind of why we wanted to go over this history here. So the name Eskimo Bros.
It originated with the ice business I had, but then there's also a sexual innuendo, and so we just thought it'd be funny because in this one we're kind of sharing barrels, and sometimes we're reusing barrels for different things. I've got a local distillery that sometimes we're using the used bourbon barrels to throw rum in, but it's a name that's fun in a world where you used to be able to have fun, and some people don't really like it when you have fun anymore.
Oh, Yellowstone, the classic censorship one.
Yes.
So the other reason behind that too is when people are doing barrel picks, a lot of times that barrel that they're bringing, the reps, a lot of other people might have checked it and tried it before you, and they might have said no to it. And Eskimo Bros has always had a really strong palate to where they're not just picking what's brought to them. A lot of barrels are turned away completely. We don't just pick what's available always. If you want to kind of dive into that a little more.
Well, go a little bit further on that. I mean, we've not only established relationships with folks at Starlight, but also John Little at Old Scout. We had a great time with Fonte up in Limestone Ranch doing this barrel pick. Wilderness Trail, we've really established an awesome relationship with those guys there. This is just a great new distillery, just making phenomenal whiskey. So we've been really fortunate to be on the ground level in our area and bringing in what they have to offer.
So I guess a little bit about where our plans go next too is I think we'll be releasing a private label whiskey through the stores here in the next month or so. It's been a long road to get it. It's going to start with some MGP like everybody else, but there's going to be some other acquisitions of barrels that'll go into it. And we'll do some single barrel bourbons, some single barrel ryes, some blends. It's going to be done through Loaded Cannon where we'll bottle, but I think he's also launching a whole blending experience. So in that way, I'm just trying to massage the supply chain in a way that I can get things more affordable and just see what we can do with that, because I think everybody's done MGP to some point. A lot of brands have become, or I don't know, they're beholden to MGP because that's their flavor profile when they become popular. So we'll see what happens with this, but we're gonna bring some fun new whiskeys out and keep doing what we're doing also.
Yeah. So we're excited for tomorrow night. Starting at dive, 6 o'clock. Be in line. You will, if you're in line and you're one of the first 40, you get a golden ticket. Okay. If you got that golden ticket, you're able to buy the bottle at 8 o'clock. We will have some tastings going on there, some special events, maybe a raffle, just some things going on. If you do miss this completely, you're not out. Okay, so don't worry, you're not completely out of the woods here. We're gonna do a single randomizer on this for everybody that's not able to get in on it, and one person will be able to buy it coming up here. So don't worry if you can't make it. I'm sorry, you still have a chance at getting it. So that is tomorrow night, and then at Liquor Locker on Saturday at 10 a.m. we'll be opening up there. 40 bottles there, 40 bottles of dive. That's all we got, guys. And we beg of you, just one per person, please. Please, if you come tomorrow to dive, please do not go to Liquor Locker on Saturday. We're gonna get your information down, but let's have it where as many people can get a bottle as they can. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning in here, and cheers. Cheers, fella.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Smappy